They say the measure of a man is what he does with power. But the deeper truth is this. The true measure of a man is what he chooses not to do, even when he has the power to do it. Any man can act when he's angry. Any man can lash out, dominate, destroy. But it takes strength to refrain. It takes wisdom to withhold. And it takes power, real power, to choose the higher road when the lower one is open wide. In the world we live in today, power is glorified. Big voices, fast fists, loud opinions, ruthless ambition. We're told that a strong man is the one who gets what he wants, takes what he needs, and never backs down. But what if that isn't strength? What if true strength is the man who has the ability to crush, but doesn't? The man who could take revenge, but lets it go? The man who could break someone down, but chooses to build instead? What if the strongest man in the room is the quietest? Power without restraint is just chaos. Think of fire. It can warm your home, or burn it down. A man's emotions, his anger, his pride, his lust, his ego, are the same. When left unchecked, they turn him into a slave to his own impulses. But when mastered, they become fuel for greatness. Restraint is not weakness. It is the signature of a man who governs himself. And if you can govern yourself, you can lead others. This is where discipline is born. This is where kings are made. He who conquers himself is the mightiest warrior. Confucius. Let's talk about revenge. Revenge feels strong. You were wronged. You want justice. You want them to feel what you felt. But revenge is an illusion. It keeps your wounds open. It traps you in the past. And it lets your enemy keep living inside your mind. Forgiveness isn't weakness. Forgiveness is cutting the cord. It's reclaiming your power from the hands of those who tried to take it. The man who can forgive, not forget, but forgive, is not soft. He's free. And freedom is power. You want to see a strong man? Look at the one who walks away from pointless arguments. The one who doesn't swing when provoked. The one who doesn't let his ego dictate his actions. He doesn't engage in chaos. He doesn't need to prove himself. Because he already knows who he is. That's the man who can walk into a room and change the atmosphere just by being present. Not because he's loud, but because his silence speaks more than noise ever could. That is poise. That is power. Some men destroy when they're given power. They break trust. They exploit weakness. They abuse others to feel bigger themselves. But the man of character, he builds. He mentors instead of mocks. He protects instead of controls. He serves instead of boasts. And that man leaves a legacy not of fear, but of respect. He understands. That power is not for domination, it's for responsibility. Every man will face moments where he has the power to act, harshly, selfishly, impulsively. You will too. You'll be disrespected. You'll be betrayed. You'll be tested. And in that moment, you'll have the power to cut someone down with your words. To walk away with pride instead of staying with humility. To let your temper explode, or to hold your ground in silence. That moment is the measure of a man. Because that's when your strength is no longer theory, it becomes practice. Your instinct will say, react. But your higher self will whisper, choose. And the man who listens to that voice is the man who leads. This is the masculine ideal, not noise, not chaos, not ego. But discipline, composure, vision, presence. To have the power to move mountains, and still be able to sit quietly by a stream. To be strong enough to fight, but wise enough to know when not to. To be powerful enough to command, but humble enough to serve. This is the man the world needs. This is the man you're becoming. Here's a simple truth most men forget. Just because you can, doesn't mean you should. If you have to prove your power, you don't have it. Power is quiet. It doesn't need applause. It doesn't need to be seen. It's in your eyes. It's in your actions. It's in what you choose, and what you choose not to do. So here's a code to carry with you. When insulted, stay calm. When tempted, walk away. When angered, breathe. When feared, act with honor. When empowered, lead with humility. That is a man who walks with power under control. And that kind of man can't be stopped. What do you want to be remembered for? Not how loud you were. Not how feared you were. Not how many people you defeated. But for your character. Your restraint. Your example. When your son, or your brother, or your friends talk about you, will they say, he could have hurt people, but he helped them? He was powerful, but kind. He was strong, but still gentle. That is the legacy of a truly powerful man. One who had the fire, but mastered it. One who had the sword, but kept it sheathed. You were not born to be reckless. You were not made to live by impulse. You were crafted with purpose. Built for discipline. Forged for leadership. And the world is watching, not for your next move, but for your next decision. Will you react, or respond? Will you control others, or lead yourself? Will you be loud, or be rooted? Because in the end, it's not how much power you hold. It's how much power you don't use that defines you. That's the Stoic Spirit. That's your calling. That's the path. The true measure of a man is what he chooses not to do with power. If this message spoke to you, subscribe for more. Like the video, share it with someone who needs it, and drop a comment below. Let's build a brotherhood of strength, purpose, and discipline.